Now let's take a look at a different election, the one that just took place in Japan. Japan got a new prime minister this month. His name is Shigeru Ishiba. He took charge on the 1st of October, but he wasn't elected by the public. He won support from within his own party, the ruling party of Japan called LDP, or the Liberal Democratic Party, LDP. They elected him to be prime minister, but that wasn't enough for Ishiba. He wanted a public mandate as well, so he moved fast. Ishiba became party leader on September 27th. He was sworn in as prime minister on October 1st. On the 8th of October, he dissolved Japan's parliament. A week later, on October 15th, he announced elections for October 27th. That was the election date, October 27. So Japanese voters had some 12 days to get ready and vote. Compare that to the endless theatrics in the US. It makes Japan seem far more practical. But despite his unhesitant actions, Ishiba was taking a gamble. Holding snap elections had the potential to backfire, and they did. Japan's ruling party has lost its parliamentary majority. Let's show you the results. Japan has 465 parliamentary seats. The ruling party, the LDP, got 191 seats, down from 259. Before this election, the LDP alone held a majority. Now it doesn't even command half the House alongside its coalition partner. Japan's ruling coalition now has 215 seats, which is less than the halfway mark of 233. This means that Japan is heading for political uncertainty.
Our Liberal Democratic Party and the Komeito Party, which together make up the coalition government, have lost so many talented people, and it is very regrettable. The Liberal Democratic Party must take this matter seriously, reflect on it from the bottom of our hearts, and be reborn.
Ishiba's Liberal Democratic Party has ruled Japan almost continuously since 1955. That's when the party was formed. So they've been in power for almost 70 years. The LDP has been ruling uninterrupted since 2012. However, for the last 2 years, it has been struggling because of various scandals. It started back in 2022 with the assassination of former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Abe was shot dead in July 2022 by a man who held a grudge against a religious institution known as the Unification Church. The assassination horrified the people of Japan. It also highlighted links between the church and Japan's ruling party, LDP. Those ties angered the people of Japan and caused the LDP, the Liberal Democratic Party's popularity to tank. That was the first blow. But an arguably bigger one came the following year. It's known as the slush fund scandal. In late 2023, some LDP lawmakers were caught diverting political donations. They took donations but did not report them, and then diverted this money into private slush funds. The total amount was about $4 million, which is not the biggest corruption scandal in the world by any means, but it infuriated the people of Japan. The Prime Minister at the time, Fumio Kishida, bore the brunt of public anger. His approval ratings hit 23% in December 2023 and kept falling after that. That is why he decided to step down as party leader this year. And it is how Shigeru Ishiba took over as prime minister. Ishiba came in as a fresh face. He was supposed to help the people of Japan forget their anger, but he called the snap polls before the people got the chance to see him in action. And he made another mistake. He secretly kept funding politicians tainted by the slush fund scandal. This might have been his undoing. Ishiba and the LDP had officially distanced themselves from the corrupt lawmakers. The lawmakers were not endorsed by the party during the snap election, but they were allowed to contest as independents. And that should have been that. But last week, news broke that the LDP was secretly funding these tainted candidates. They were given 20 million yen to campaign. And this is Japanese taxpayer money, by the way. It comes up to about $130,000. This money was given to party branches that were run by the tainted candidates. And the same amount was also given to candidates who were endorsed by the party. So basically, the LDP was still funding corrupt lawmakers while pretending to distance themselves in public. This outraged the Japanese public further, that too on the eve of elections. The result reflects this anger.
It thought that Liberal Democratic Party will lose seats, though I didn't expect them to lose that many. I guess they were knocked out by that transfer of 20 million yen.
I think this is a natural result, because even though it is a hidden fund, it is still taxpayer money, and how we use that taxpayer money is very important to us.
So what happens next? Well, Japan is holding a special parliamentary session on the 11th of November. That is when they will choose their new prime minister. The LDP is still the biggest party in parliament, but their coalition is 18 seats shy of the halfway mark. So they could choose to add another party to their coalition. Ishiba has ruled that out for now, but he may still get outside support from some of the other parties. It's unlikely that Japan's opposition parties can oust the LDP, not unless all of them come together, which is a long shot. So for now, the LDP may continue to rule. But Ishiba may or may not be in charge. He is the one who led his party to this debacle. So he may have to take responsibility and step aside. We'll know for sure in the next 2 weeks, but one thing is already certain: Japan is looking at chaos in the near future.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president, your primer on the race to the White House, everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained, every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.